eyes on South Africa since the emergence of a new COVID-19 variant. Cases sharply rose in the country which first discovered the Omicron variant. Scientists predict that the contagious strain will drive even further infections.
I'm expecting we'll top over 10,000 cases by the end of the week per day.
Long queues formed outside this drive-through vaccination centre in Cape Town this week. A quarter of South Africans are fully vaccinated, far more than elsewhere in Africa, but below the global average.
Definitely something that we all need to stand together for to fight against.
But South Africa is paying a heavy price for detecting the new variant. A long list of countries imposed travel restrictions on southern African nations, raising outcry from health experts and President Cyril Ramaphosa.
These restrictions are completely unjustified and unfairly discriminate against our country and our southern African sister countries. The prohibition of travel is not informed by science, nor will it be effective in preventing the spread of this variant.
Scientists warn that punishing a country for alerting the world of a new strain could dissuade others from being transparent in the future. With Christmas only a few weeks away, the travel curbs are a major blow to South Africa's key tourism industry. The economy is slowly recovering from a contraction before the pandemic hit, but the unemployment rate is almost at 35%.
I've let go the two ladies which I work with them, and now that there's a cancellation of flight, which means there will be no more tourists, so we are going to close.
Meanwhile, Omicron has already spread around the world. Even before news broke of the new variant, Nigeria asked for help from churches and mosques to step up low vaccination rates. 80% of Africans have not yet received any dose. China pledged 1 billion doses to Africa during a cooperation forum in Dakar this week. But worries and suspicions about the vaccines remain widespread, like here in Cameroon. Skepticism and misinformation on social networks keep turnout low. Only 4.1% of Cameroonians over 18 have been vaccinated, even though the first jabs arrived 7 months ago.
We don't want the vaccines. We're not sick. This disease is the disease of the rich. It's not the disease of poor people like us.
With the Africa Cup of Nations football tournament now just 5 weeks away, the government has launched 2 vaccination campaigns to push up the numbers. Ethiopia's government claims it is gaining the upper hand in the war against Tigrayan rebels. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed took a triumphant tone from the war front. He said government troops had retaken towns from the rebels on the road to the capital, Addis Ababa.
Behind me is a mountain area that was a stronghold for the enemy until yesterday. Now we have managed to clear the area fully, and our forces' morale is very high. The war is going very well, and we have now taken Kasagita.
Among these reconquests is UNESCO World Heritage site Lalibela. Prominent artists and sportsmen support the war effort, including marathon legend Haile Gebrselassie, who took part in a ceremony in the capital on Saturday.
I repeatedly want to reassure them that I am going to sacrifice and stand for Ethiopia.
The year-long conflict has left several thousand dead, over 2 million displaced, and hundreds of thousands on the brink of famine. Humanitarian flights and convoys between Addis Ababa and Mekelle in the Tigray region resumed this week. Some good news welcomed by the UN. Ugandan soldiers have deployed in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, this time with Kinshasa's express support. The troops are fighting in the North Kivu and Ituri provinces, in an operation against the Allied Democratic Forces, known as the ADF, rebels that the Islamic State group claims as an affiliate. The countries blame the ADF for massacres in eastern DRC and recent bombings in the Ugandan capital, Kampala.
We both face a common enemy, a terrorist group which has no borders, which is decimating both Uganda and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. We have an obligation to act together, as in all areas of the world where there is terrorism.
The Ugandan deployment in Congolese borders is a sensitive issue. Many have not forgotten the role of Uganda and Rwanda in stoking past instability in the east of the country. Around 1,000 students are graduating at the University of Hargeisa in Somaliland's capital. Young people represent 3/4 of the population in this unrecognised state on the Horn of Africa. They are fiercely proud of their independence of Somalia, but their future is unclear. Jobs are scarce.
We have been through a lot. This country has been through a lot, and we hope that unemployment will get better with time.
Somaliland declared independence from Somalia during the 1991 civil war. It has since thrived. Warlords and jihadists sow terror in the greater region, but Somaliland is a relatively peaceful enclave. Yet the breakaway state has struggled to gain international recognition. Saeed Shukri founded Somaliland's only museum. For him, there's no question that the claims to statehood are legitimate.
In 1960, we survived without recognition, actually, because we know we exist. We have our own currency, we have got our own small passport, acceptable to neighboring countries. We have our multi-party system. We have all that kind of things. All the characteristics of a nation, we have them.
But it's hard going with scant recognition. The self-declared state cannot access loans which are so necessary for the economy and for security. Half the government budget is spent on keeping the people safe.
It's no one's interest that we collapse, first of all. It is no interest for Somaliland. It is for the international community that the democratic process that we have done collapses and we go zero-sum game. It is not the interest for Somaliland. It is nor for international community that the chaos come here.
A company in Dubai manages the port of Berbera, a key economic point. 30 years on, the hope is it will drive job growth and maybe draw some other foreign investors.